Circuit City is the result of many distractions and a months-long passion project which effectively culminated in me building the same factory twice. I had a simple idea which fueled the rest of my desire to build. I want to see a bunch of resources flowing through a central location. So I designed a factory that produces a bunch of computer-related resources and wrangled all of those outputs into one place so I could see them all at the same time. The building produces the following resources and prioritizes storing them for personal use. Once that's taken care of, some of them are exported to weapons manufacturing. And finally, the building produces everything necessary to make one adaptive control unit per minute, minus heavy modular frames. And now that you know what the factory produces, I'd like to take you on a tour of the factory grounds, area by area. So buckle up and grab your nuts, because there's a lot to cover here in Circuit City. Let's begin the tour over in the imports train yard. This bad boy drops off all the caterium needed for quick wire and rubber required for the alternate insulated crystal oscillator recipe, and both of them are lifted into the top floor of this building here. These are the only two off-site imports, with everything else being mined directly from the immediate area. Speaking of, the terrace is where all of the iron is extracted and smelted before being sent into the upper floor of the same building which received the caterium and rubber earlier. Almost all of the used materials flow through this building and into the main structure together via this sky bridge. The lower floor of that structure, as well as the one you can see perched on the cliff above it, are for processing of quartz into quartz crystals and silica, before they too move along the bridge. Thankfully, the quartz, as well as the sand that this building uses, don't have to be imported, as they just come from the cave below. Unfortunately, circuit boards and AI limiters, which of course means that we'll need a source of copper. This is the only one that doesn't flow along the sky bridge, and instead is extracted from atop this hill and sent into refining via a service channel which runs the length of the lower terrace. The refineries take up a good chunk of the space of the overall structure, as the first 20 are using the pure copper ingot recipe to make over 600 copper ingots. An additional 10 refineries past that consume a portion of those ingots to make the steamed copper sheet recipe. But of course, both of these recipes require quite a bit of water, so I've got 4 extractors outside, pumping a total of 480 cubic meters a minute of water up the side of the building and into the pipeworks area. From here, it's distributed to all of the refineries from above. And since it's apparently unsafe and against regulations to have this many refineries in an enclosed space, I've taken it upon myself to design some filtration units for the rooftop, and they definitely work. There's no need to come check. The copper ingots which have not been steamed and pressed end up in wire spooling. This area may be small, but it is mighty, and makes 3 things: wire and cable from some of the leftover copper ingots, and the fused quick wire recipe from what's left over, and the caterium ingots from earlier. Those items are then lifted up to the logistics floor. The copper sheets are likewise moved up to the logistics floor. Fortunately, we don't have to go there yet. Taking the lift at the back of wire spooling will bring you up to the Grand Promenade. It's here where the entire factory converges. On the right-hand side, you can see some of those exports that I mentioned earlier. And just in time, my war crimes train has arrived to pick up all of the exports bound for the arms plant. These 3 extra freight stations in the back are the ones which prep computers, circuit boards, and automated wiring for export over to ACU production, although they're not actually going anywhere yet. Once the freight is loaded and mostly secured, it's shipped out as it's bound for bigger and better places. Back in the main hall and on the left-hand side now, we have the facility's pasta storage, but this area doesn't just store spaghetti, it also stores regret. Unfortunately, I made this logistics floor way too small without realizing it, and by the time I did realize, it was pretty much too late to change anything. It was the first time I really even used a logistics floor, and it definitely taught me a lot. But at a certain point, I decided I wanted to focus on having the rest of the facility remain clean at the cost of this area down here inheriting some of the mess. Back into the main hall once again, and heading up this staircase, we'll find our way to central flow. All of the items this facility produces, minus iron ingots and automated wiring, flow right through this room here. Custom signage denotes what's flowing and how much. Everything which moves through central flow will eventually move to the storage room just above it, where 2 high buffer containers and dimensional depots stacked on top give me plenty of regular item flow into my dimensional depot for everyday use, and a nice place to come in case I need to pick up some excess materials for blueprint usage or a large project. This area is definitely the primary centerpiece of the structure and is the only reason this building really exists to begin with. I'm very proud of the overall decor, design, and function. Back up in storage again, these 3 belts handle any overflow and send it to upper logistics. And while we're up here, let's take a micro break to enjoy the scenery. Nice. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling refreshed after that, so let's head on over to upper logistics ourselves via this catwalk here. This area moves a lot of items, so I've made sure to keep everything separate with signs and elevation. The upper 3 belts are the overflow from storage, and a good deal of these items are split off with programmable splitters and get taken to the export stations, which lie just below this area. Whatever doesn't get split off gets taken down the rest of the overflow belt and into some sinks at the back of the Grand Promenade. Fixit R&D has ensured me the sinks they sent me for this particular area are capable of recycling the SAM that this facility processes, and the hallucinations I'm experiencing are completely normal. Back up top, the other 6 belts are the intakes from earlier, and they take much the same path as the overflow until they diverge, taking this back hallway down to the manufacturing sector. This is where almost all of the production in this building takes place, and hopefully once you see that, you'll understand why the logistics floor underneath is such a nightmare. In the back left of manufacturing, I have 2 assemblers each producing AI limiters, circuit boards, and the alternate crystal computer recipe. This is the only computer recipe which can be made in an assembler and uses crystal oscillators instead of the normal cable and plastic. Moving clockwise around the room, I have 3 manufacturers making 10 crystal oscillators from the alternate insulated crystal oscillator recipe. These ones are a bit more of a pain to put together, but their higher base production rate means that they benefit more from overclocking and are much more space efficient. And just to the right of that, I have 3 more manufacturers making high-speed connectors. Coming over to the final production area, the constructors on either side are running the alternate iron pipe and alternate iron wire recipe to supply some pipes and excess wire to the rest of the machines in this wing. The assembler in the middle uses some of those iron pipes in production of the alternate quickwire stator recipe, which supplies all of the stators necessary to make the automated wiring in the manufacturer just to the left. This building is running the alternate automated speed wiring recipe. This is kind of just a more annoying automated wiring, and I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I had never done the automated speed wiring recipe before, and having high-speed connectors produced just across the hall mitigated one of the major downsides, with the second downside of it needing to be produced in a manufacturer actually contributing to the symmetry of this area, as the final item made in this area is SAM fluctuators, and those need a manufacturer. You know what's really weird though, is the SAM always comes up here pre-packaged. I've never really stopped to think about why that is. Oh well, not about to start thinking for myself now. Almost forming an independent thought is making me hungry, so I'm gonna head over to the break room. This thing's tucked away in the corner, and most of the time I don't even get over here by the time my micro break is over, but on the weeks where I actually do make it over here with a few seconds to spare, I like to buy myself some extra premium nuts from the Awesome Shop. That's how I know it's gonna be a good week. Oh, looks like they've been upgraded. And someone left some grape soda here on the table for me, right next to this SAM. That's an accident waiting to happen. Anyway, I gotta down these puppies quick. Only 3 seconds left on my micro break. Well, bottoms up. Can you believe some idiot went and drank the Sam? We really gotta start labeling those things.
They already are, and most people know better. Did you hear about the way he ran into the cave screaming about tapestries? Ugh, freaks me out. You think he's still alive down there?
Even if he survived the stingers before the rebar crews cleared him, there's no food down there. Doesn't change our job anyway. Sam's been coming up slower since he went down. Let's go see why.
No can do, friend. Yesterday was my last day in tunnel maintenance. They got me doing fuel duty over at West Grand.
Are you kidding me? Fix-It wants me to go down there by myself. Fine, but I'm requisitioning extra nukes before I go.
You're always so dramatic.
Glad to see me old partner looks like he's enjoying his new conductor job. And even more glad to say I'll be joining him soon. I've spent long enough in that computer factory, and those caves. Ugh. Especially after they made me go down there alone. The whole time it felt like I was being watched. I can't believe someone would drink this stuff and make all this trouble for poor old me. Always made me skin prickle, even through containment. Let's see why you're slowing down, eh? What's this then? Someone's been diverting the raw Sam. Must be that bum what drank it decided that wasn't enough. I'm cutting this belt and going home. If it happens again, I'm bringing the rebar squad with me. Oh no, that can't be it. There's gotta be more. Gotta be more. Cut me off. They took it. I'm unwoven. I need to fill. I'm empty. Tapestry unwoven. I'll take it. I'll get more. I need more. I need to be full. Hey everybody, thanks very much for watching. Sorry about the delay on this video. I had some stuff come up, but I'm back on track now. If you did like what you see though, and you want to help me continue making this type of content, consider supporting the channel over on Patreon. That's also where you'll find my Megaprint library, including the one for Circuit City. You can import them into your own world, to take your own slower paced tour, or to use the buildings for yourselves. Go crazy, do whatever you want with them. As a paid supporter, you'll also get early access to posts regarding upcoming videos and some exclusive Patreon-only blueprints. There are a few free things over there, and I occasionally do post stuff for free just as thanks for being over there, and all you have to do to get access to that stuff is join the page as a free member. In the case of this video, I'll be including the modeler file that I used to plan this factory over there for free, in case you want to deep dive the mechanics. And a massive thank you to my existing Patreon supporters, Adam G, BJS, Greg S, David G, Jax Zeus, John B, Keep to Yourself, Cody G, Tanner S, Macnell, Catsy89, The Woody, and Drew S. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I appreciate your continued support more than you could ever know. But whether you're supporting, commenting, or just watching, everyone here is doing some small part to inspire me to make my hobby, my passion, into something more. But no matter how you choose to spend the rest of your day, I hope you make it an efficient one. And as always, I'm Jeezy, and I'll see you in the next one.